Good Shabbos. Thank you for joining us. We'll begin lighting candles. And just as a reminder, if you're so inclined, you're invited to pour a glass of wine and have a piece of bread. Later on, near the end of the service, we'll be making Kiddush and Hamotzi together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'adikner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has made us holy with the commandments of bringing flame of Shabbat into our lives. We begin with the Shalom Aleichem. If you have the siddur, it's on page number 5 in the siddur. If you don't yet have a siddur, feel free just to sing along. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, malachei ashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei amlochim, hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch hu ni l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamlochim, hakadosh baruch hu. Tzeitchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei amlochim, hakadosh baruch hu. We appreciate your joining us this evening. Home after home is intertwined. We just lit the candles together. My prayer is that as this light comes into our shared experience, you know that you are loved and cherished. Oh God, hear our prayer. Protect all of our people who come together seeking comfort and peace, reassurance, and a bit of tranquility during these very confused and challenging times. May we all be blessed with the ability, the calm, to reach out to people beside ourselves, outside our own immediate homes and families, and extend a message of comfort, of respect, and of peace. And now a melody, just to warm us up a little bit, courtesy of Craig Taubman. beginning L'chuna Ranana in the siddur on page 11. L'chuna Ranana l'Adonai Naria Litzur Yishenu Nekadma Fana B'Toda Bizmiro Naria Lo Nekadma Fana B'Toda Bizmiro Naria Lo Kiel Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Al Kol Elohim Asher Biyado Mecharei Aretz V'toafot Arim Lo Asher Biyado Mecharei Aretz V'toafot Arim Lo. The English, the first two stanzas. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God, raising our voices in song. Great is Adonai, a greater sovereign than all other deities. God's hands form the earth's deep. Mountain crests, too, are God's work. The sea is God's, for God made it. Dry land was fashioned by God's hands. The operative term here in this opening psalm, designated for the very beginning of the evening service, is that we are walking together wherever we are, seated, standing in different homes, or if we were in the shul together. The concept behind this psalm of looking back upon the week of productivity and now looking forward towards Shabbos as a time of pause is based upon all of us walking together. Even though we're not moving, we're on a journey into an awareness of coming close to the ultimate, to the center of all experience, which we call God. Arvim shlakut b'dor v'amar tolev apem b'hem leidudrachai asher nishbati v'api im yavon el menuchati. On page number 14, the English side. The heavens shall be glad, and the earth rejoice. The sea and its fullness roar. The meadows and all that grows in them exult. Even the trees of the forest shall sing praise as Adonai comes to judge the earth, judging the lands with righteousness and peoples with divine truth. We began the psalm with L'chuna Ranana, come on, let us move forward in an awareness of coming close to God. And here in this psalm, God is coming towards us. There's a connection, there's a merging. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yeramayam, 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 Umalo, Yeramayam, 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 Umalo, Yeramayam, 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 Umalo, Yeramayam, 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 Umalo. And the melody and the words themselves are saying that we are joyous over that awareness that as we are walking as a community forward, God is coming towards us. Again, a melody from Craig Taubman entitled Holy Ground.
Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, everything, everyone, every place, every way, where you walk, where you stand, where you love, where you praise, all of life is holy ground. Every he, every she, every what, every who. It's in her, it's in them, it's in me, it's in you. In the bitter, in the sweet, in the calm, in the storm. All of life is holy ground. So walk as if it's holy ground. Breathe as if it's all around. Talk and make a holy sound. Take your shoes off, you're on holy ground. When you hurt, when you heal, when you laugh, when you pray, when you hold, when you keep, when you give it away. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day. All of life is holy ground. So walk as if it's holy ground. Breathe as if it's all around. Talk and make a holy sound. We take our shoes off, we're on holy ground. We are one people, one story, one tapestry we weave, one journey, one glory, one legacy we leave. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, everything, everyone, every place, every way. Where you walk, where you stand, where you love, where you praise. All of life is holy ground. Can you feel the holy ground? Take your shoes off, you're on holy ground.
Theme of walking and journeying recurs time and again throughout the Friday evening service. And now, L'Chadodi on page 23, the first two stanzas, page 25, the last two stanzas, echoing the element in the song by Craig Taubman, walking forward in song. L'Chadodi lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. L'Chadodi lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmiyanu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem ol tiferet v'litila. L'Chadodi lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. L'Chadodi lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat l'chuven elcha, Ki makor habracha, Merosh mikedem nisucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila. L'Chadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. L'Chadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Yamin Small, page 25. Yamin Small, Tiferotzi, V'et Adonai ta'aritzi, al yarish ben partzi, v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha dodi lekrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi lekrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. We rise facing the doors of our own homes. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzahala, tok emunei am segula, boi chala, lecha Adodi lekrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi lekrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. And now we're seated. And prior to the psalm for Shabbat, I wish to again reiterate that an element, a strong element, within the Friday evening services, being on a journey. This is a modern melody, a modern take on a prayer for a safe journey. This is Ross Levy.
Side by side, soul by soul, may we someday all come to know. May the waves of health and joy reach the hearts of each girl and boy, from now through forever. That God has given us, and may we always be happy and free. Every step you take it safely, and in every stride, find joy and pride.
On page 27 on the English side of the Psalm for Shabbat. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. Finger the lute, pluck the harp, let the sound of the lyre rise up. You gladdened me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork. How wonderful are your works, Adonai, how subtle your designs. The arrogant do not understand, the fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms, only to be destroyed forever. But you, Adonai, are exalted for all time. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. As a wild bull raises up its horn, you raised my head high, anointed it with fresh oil. As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in our God's courtyards. Righteous people, which means every one of us aspiring to be righteous, are seen as being planted firmly and securely in God's own courtyard. When you and I bring justice into the world, spiritually we are seen as being planted as if in God's own garden. In old age, righteous people remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming, Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw. We rise the Borchu on page 39b. The Borchu, page 39b. Baruch hu et Adonai Amavorach. Baruch Adonai Amavorach Leolam Voed. You may be seated. The first bracha aloud on the English side, page 39b. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space. You completed your work of creation on the seventh day, calling this day from one evening to the next the holy Shabbat, and gave this day of rest in all its holiness to your people Israel, creator of day and night, rolling light before darkness and darkness from light, making day pass and bringing on the evening, distinguishing day from night. Adonai Tzvaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch alenu olam voed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. Page 40. Avat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha havta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadita. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, V'shachvenu v'kumenu, Nasiach bechukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, U'v'mitzvotecha, Le'olam va'ed. Ki em chayenu v'orech yameinu, v'orech yameinu, U'v'hem negeh yomam v'layla. V'avatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Prior to the Shema on page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayo hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'alechtecha v'aderech u'v'shachbecha u'v'kumecha u'kishartam la'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beinecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'sharecha. Moment of silence, please, on page number 42. Adonai Elohechem Emet. The Michamocha is on page number 44. Michamocha Boelim Adonai Michamocha Nedar Bakodesh Noratilot Ozdei Malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokeh yam lifnei Moshe zeili anu v'yamro Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov ugalo mi'ad chazak mimenu Baruch Adonai Ka'al Yisrael. On page number 45, the last 5 lines on the English side, and then the Hebrew refrain of Hashkivenu. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us, O God, your canopy of peace. Baruch Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, over Jerusalem. Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevorach La'olam Yolmei Olmaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpar V'dram V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitale V'yitalal Shemei Dekudesha Brechu Leila min kobrachata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'olma v'imaro. Amen. We can see that we've had a small temporary glitch with our live stream. We've learned these past months that there are interruptions in our lives, sometimes small, sometimes beyond description. And we continue to try to move forward. And that's what we've done, building a minyan without walls, a minyan beyond walls these past months through the internet, through the connections that we're all trying to sustain a connection. The next part of the service is the silent Amida. If you have a siddur, it's pages 47 through 52. And there's an internal progression within the Amida, beginning with an awareness that we are descended from people who mattered, people who contributed to our world. Those are the Avot, the ancestors, our matriarchs and patriarchs of immediate generations past and also 3,800 years ago. And after we consider that we are the descendants of our matriarchs and patriarchs, and we are going forward into history to make a difference by bringing a sense of holiness, a sense of sacred purpose, the conclusion of the Amida is the bracha of shalom. So if you have a siddur or if not, take a moment to consider what it means to be the link in the chain from 3,800 years ago, from your own immediate past, and the promise of the future by our prayers for peace in silence. If you're still davening or praying, please feel free to continue. Our service continues with the full Kaddish on page number 54. It's the full Kaddish. Yitkadal vitkadash merabah, amen. Ba'alma divrachet limeru, amen. Yehei shemei rabah mevarach, alam lial me'al maya, yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'tamar v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal shmei dekudesha brichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran ba'alma v'yimeru amen. Titkabel tzlaton moton d'chayisra kadamot nishmei v'yimeru amen. Yesh v'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom b'mama v'yaseh shalom amen. In just a few minutes, we shall make Kiddush together, found in the siddur on page 55. Perhaps you have an opportunity to, at this time, pour a glass of wine and also set aside a piece of bread because we'll be making hamotzi in just a minute or two. For now, I do have a thought to share. These past weeks, people have been discussing with great intensity, do we travel or not to gather with family and friends? And we all watch the news broadcasts of lengthy lines within the airports. And our whole nation has been stirred up in the potentially controversial decision of visiting family or not. With a great deal of anxiety, are we supposed to visit our family or do we voluntarily refrain from visiting our family because of our understanding that when we curtail our own experiences, we promote the health of people whom we do not know. It's a difficult trade-off, being with people whom we know and love versus promoting the health and safety of millions of strangers. For some, it's an agonizing decision. And I mention this because of the element of struggle within the self and also touching on the theme of travel, because in this week's Torah reading, we have an episode of one of our ancestors who's also traveling. Jacob, Yaakov, has lived far away for many years, and there's something inside him that's nagging him. It's time to go home and become reacquainted, reconnected with his brother. But the travel, the trip home, carries with it the potential for disaster, even danger. Because the last time that he and his brother were close at hand, his brother, aggrieved over Jacob's own behavior, threatened to kill him. 20 years have passed, and Jacob is now married and has children, and he's grown and hopefully matured. And again, on the one hand, he could stay where he is and be safe and secure, comfortable and affluent, or he could take a chance to come home, to become reconnected with his family. And it's that taking a chance which bears within it great potential for hazard, for danger, maybe even death. And as he chooses to begin his travel home, he is very much of mixed thought. At one point, he considers even setting aside his wives and his children so they might be safe and protected, and he separates them from where he himself is traveling. In the event that he succumbs to danger and hazard, at least his wives and children will be safe. And he anticipates seeing his brother in just a little while. And in the midst of this great ambivalence and this confusion, should I go home or should I go back where it's safe, where I used to live? He's beset by a mysterious stranger. And later within the text, we surmise that this stranger is an angel. And in an all-night tussle, this wrestling match, Jacob undergoes a metamorphosis. And he awakens at the very end of this turbulent confusion. And some might even say that, was it a dream, a vision, or was it just an all-night long wrestling match? And he comes out of this experience, and he's now lame. He's been affected by this challenge to go home and interact with his family, to address the ambivalence of these mixed draws and energies with him or not. And he calls out to this mysterious stranger, and the stranger says, "You are now a different person. Your name is now Yisrael," which means you have struggled with God and men, and you have prevailed. But the end result of struggling with God and man, of addressing the ambivalences which all haunt us, which all dwell within our hearts and our spirits, is that you have been affected physically. There's a mark upon you, a mark within you. And we, 3,700 years later, are not called the children of Abraham and Sarah necessarily, or the children of Isaac and Rebekah. We're called the children of Israel. Jacob's name has been changed to Yisrael, the one who struggles with God and people, perhaps internally, or perhaps in a very real, tangible way, externally, but to overcome those challenges and those struggles. And ever since, we've been called the one who struggles with God, the one who struggles with people, the one who overcomes the challenges. That's woven into who we are. The destiny of Jewish people is to struggle and to contend and to address those issues which challenge us deep within. But those issues are largely connected to being members of a family. So as we inherit the name Yisrael this very week in the Torah reading, and we all continue to struggle with our loyalties and our loves of and to and with our family against the need to protect people whom we do not know, we realize that we're in good company. May you see the identity of Yisrael within yourself as a source of strength, a different type of strength, that God is within you as you struggle to overcome those challenges. May you all be blessed with health and peace, and may we all make the right choices. Shabbat Shalom. And now, time for Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei parei hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshana b'mitzvotav ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron l'maseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim ki evanu v'acharta Fyotanu kirashta mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yahava uvaratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh HaShabbat. And for Hamotzi, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Please remain standing. The Aleinu is on page number 56. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latet gedula liotzer breshit shelo asanu kagoye haratzot velo samanu kimishpachot adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim Lifnei melech malchei amlochim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noter shamayim v'yosei haaretz u'moshav yekaro b'shamayim mimal u'shchinatu zo begavei meromim hu Eloheinu enod Emetz malkeinu evesulato kakatu b'torato v'datayom v'shevota elavavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mimal v'al haaretz mitachat enod Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed v'nemar v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. At this point, we offer the Kaddish for our loved ones. We have a list of names, of course, which we maintain with our calendar. If you know of someone and you'd like to mention that person's name at this time, please do so in your own home. At this point, as a congregation, we remember with great love Harriet Rips Powers, Eunice Wertheim, Nate Reddish, Max Rips, Sarah Gavronsky Gutgalow, Sam Mishevsky, Frida Sheridan, Dr. Steve Teplick, Sarah Signoff, Eva Wilson, Rachel Ladizhensky, Ria Liebeskind, Louise Leff, David Luderman, Sarah Barenti, Shana Gittel Miller, Rebecca Mitchell, Akiva Goldhar, Bessie Mattis, Harry Cohen. Page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah. Amen. Be'olma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon u'v'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabba mivarach la'alam ololmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit ale, v'yit halal, shemei dekudesha, b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata, v'shirata, tush birchata, v'nechamata, da'amiran ba'alma, v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim oleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May our prayers for shalom go forth to all those who are grieving and mourning. May our prayers for shalom bring forth reassurance and a reminder to all that your loved ones, all of our loved ones, are always in our hearts. May their memories be blessings for us all. We'll conclude in just a moment with the Adon Olam. It's on page 211 in the siddur. Just a few quick reminders prior to the Adon Olam on page 211. Of course, we have services tomorrow from 10 to about 11:15 in the morning. Tomorrow night, Havdalah on Zoom. If you haven't yet received the passcode, if you haven't contacted me and you reach out to me, there's a chance I can perhaps get it to you tomorrow late, very late afternoon, early evening, just before Havdalah. And looking ahead into the future, we're excited because, of course, we have religious school on Sunday morning, and Monday we have Tanakh study. Tuesday we have the Spirit series. It's a Hanukkah recipe sharing on Tuesday the 8th. Next Friday, Guitar Shabbat. We're very excited about Yehuda's joining us with the Bima for Guitar Shabbat. That's next Friday the 11th. And, don't forget, Thursday we're going to be lighting Hanukkah candles on Zoom. I just sent out the information, and I'll be sending it out repeatedly in the next couple days. We hope you join in for Zoom candle lighting on Thursday. That will be Thursday, December 10th at 6 p.m. on Zoom. Friday is Guitar Shabbat. And next week, Friday the 18th, we have a special guest. Julian Cohen, our ISJL resource, will be joining us with services as well. And we have a number of activities going on with Julian Cohen from ISJL, including some programming for our younger children. And everyone has been contacted with what is going on. And I think that's it for right now. And watch for the emails because we'll continue to send out our information about what's going on in the week ahead. For now, Adon Olam is on page 211. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra liet na'asa v'cheftzo kol azai melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol lavado yimloch nora v'ho haya v'ho hoveh v'ho yiyeh b'tifara v'hu echad v'yein sheni lam shilo lachbira b'li reshit b'li tachlit v'lo oz v'amisra v'hu eli v'chai goali v'tzur chevli b'yet tzara v'hu nisi omanos li menat kosi b'yom ekra b'yado av kidruchi b'yeti shan v'yaira v'imruchi gaviyati Adonai li v'lo ira. Good Shabbos.